internet, Xanos here. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Right, it's Saturday, which means it is time for another news recap, going from the 23rd to the 26th of August. First in the news is Final Fantasy 15 that might be coming to the Nintendo Switch. The game director was talking about the Switch, saying he would like to bring Final Fantasy 15 to a console that rhymes with Twitch. That sounds promising, but I reckon it might be the Pocket Edition that they announced, because they did announce a Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, which is a very cute, sort of chibi looking version, and I think most likely it would probably be that version that's ported to the Switch. As we all know, the PlayStation Network is ridiculously slow. Downloading speeds are terrible, and even opening the store is really slow. And some big network guy has said, well, close all your stuff and it might go faster. Basically, what it means is if you have any applications open, even if in the background, they take precedence over anything else on the console. So if you want things to download faster, he recommends close all your applications and then put your PlayStation in rest mode, and then hopefully it will download much quicker. The 3DS XL is still alive! And to coincide with the announcement of the SNES Classic or SNES Classic, Nintendo have unveiled a beautiful looking 3DS XL in the design of an SNES, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks so cool. And speaking of the SNES, in America the pre-orders went live and they're gone. They went live at like 2 in the morning, which is a ridiculous time because nobody else is going to be awake at that time to get it. And of course they've all gone, all pre-orders are gone, and the only place you can get one now is by going on eBay and paying nearly 3 times as much for the damn console. I believe the console retails at $80 and there are hundreds of them on eBay at nearly $300, which is ridiculous. Nintendo is basically just funneling their SNES Classics to these scalpers on eBay for them to sell at a massive increased profit. In some Destiny news, the developers of Destiny 2 have announced the game could run at 60 frames per second on consoles. On the PS4 and Xbox One, Destiny could run at 60 FPS. But the reason it won't is because running at 60 FPS will lead to lack of content. It would be nowhere near as many enemies and not as much to do in-game. So, unfortunately for us console owners, we could get 60 frames per second, but we can't because we'll have pretty much nothing to do. So the only way around it is to get a really beefy PC. Interesting bits of Overwatch news this week. First of all, Overwatch unveiled the new Junkertown map, which looks really friggin' awesome. It had a cool animation of Junkrat and Roadhog, and it was brilliant. I loved it. I was laughing. I thought it was fantastic. But they made a grand error. Instead of saying takeout, they said takeaway. Oh my god. And some people got offended by it. And so Overwatch had to apologise to all of Australia for their cultural insensitivities. But in other Overwatch news, they announced some changes to Mercy. They've given Mercy a new secondary ability, which is now Resurrect. Resurrect will now only resurrect one player, and it has a massive cooldown time. And her ultimate is now something called Valkyrie. When she is in Valkyrie mode, she has a brief period of time where she is buffed. Her abilities can be used quicker, she has unlimited ammunition, and the main thing is, she can fly. She can fully fly around the map. But the downside is, in the PTR at the minute, Mercy is massively overpowered. Especially when boosted with Anna's Nano Boost. There's tons of videos of Mercy just flying in and absolutely devastating the enemy team just by simply getting Nano Boosted and activating Valkyrie, and she's just destroying the entire enemy team. They think maybe her weapon is maybe a bit too juiced up, so they're gonna look at changing that a bit, but overall I think the new Mercy changes are gonna be pretty cool. I think they lead to Mercy being much more of a strategic character than just everyone die, I've got res. Secret of Mana is getting a remake for the PlayStation 4 and the PS Vita. Now that's pretty interesting because these games originally were Super Nintendo exclusives, so it's a shame we're not going to see them on the Switch, but either way, it's quite cool to see some old Japanese games get some love and a nice lovely remake, so that'd be quite interesting to get their hands on that and play it. And it's also interesting that they're still making games for the bloody Vita. Yay! Yay! I got rid of mine. Microsoft have said they've messed up. They've gone down messed up. And that's by announcing Crackdown 3 way too soon. I believe Crackdown 3 was announced back in 2014, I think scheduled for 2016 release window, and obviously it has now just been delayed until 2018, which is a massive 4-year gap of it being announced and hopefully being released. Microsoft has said, we've messed up, we've announced it way too early. And that's, I think, why Microsoft's saying, oh, we're working on all these new IPs, but we're not announcing them. I think they're not announcing them because they've learned from their mistakes. Look at Scalebound, that was announced, that got killed because of the hype train. Crackdown 3 looks like it could be going down a very similar route. I'll be very surprised if we even get Crackdown 3, or if we get it and it's actually good, if I'm gonna be honest. I did like Crackdown, but this third one has got so much hype behind it. It needs to come out as the greatest game on earth, otherwise it's just not gonna work. So, unfortunately, I feel Microsoft are just gonna lose no matter what here. The game was announced too early, it's not coming out on time, and I don't think it's gonna do what they want it to do, but we'll see when it comes out in 2020. Half-Life 3! Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, let me be straight. Never played a Half-Life game. Never really been intrigued or interested in them. But anyway, regardless of that, Half-Life 3, we may have some closure on the story. One of the ex-writers on the Half-Life games has kind of leaked a script or the storyline of where the story was going. It's worth seeking this out and finding how Half-Life ends, because apparently it's pretty good. It's okay closure, it's not the best, but it's okay. Obviously it was just a rough script that never got developed, but if you want a bit of closure, it's definitely worth seeking out and having a look at it. If you are a Half-Life fan, let me know down below if I should give it a go and whether the games are truly worth their hype. And the last thing I want to talk about today is something really freaking cool that I really like. Somebody has been friggin' amazing and has made a clear design case for the Nintendo Switch. Now, in order to achieve this, you do have to disassemble your Switch, which kind of voids the warranty a little bit. It looks friggin' awesome. I don't know what it is, but there's something so satisfying for me anyway about seeing your consoles in a workings in a clear crystal case. So anyway, that is the gaming news highlights and recaps from the 23rd to the 26th of August. Let me know what you think of any of these news stories. Was there any notable news that I've missed that I've not caught this week? Let me down below. What do you think of Half-Life 3? Is the ending good enough? Is the story conclusion good enough for you? Should I play Half-Life 1 and 2? What do you think? And would you want a clear design for your consoles? Would you like a clear case on your PlayStation 4 or your Xbox One? Let me know down below! As always guys, my name was Xanos. Please like this video if you liked it, share it with your friends so they know what's going on in the gaming world, and of course, please subscribe if you'd like to support the channel, and also check me out on Patreon down below! I'll see you next week guys, bye!